Hi guys, I just want to start out in saying that I am not a licensed cosmetologist, so these are just tips that I have learned along the way. So I'm using the Kenra Color 9 volume along with the toner in 10SM. I'm using the 6NUA as my root shadow root color, and then this is the gloss I picked up from Sally's. It's a clear shine Demi, and we are going to go ahead and get started. So right now I'm just going to brush out my hair and get it all prepped and ready to begin toning my hair. Now, you can do your hair either dry or wet. In this case, I did it dry. I think it doesn't really matter what way you do it, so I'm going to start out with dry. I'm also going to use a food scale to measure out exactly what I need. So for the toner, I'm going to use the 10SM toner from Kenra, and with this it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So I first squeezed out the entire package of toner. I have very long hair, so I'd recommend using the whole package. And then whatever those weights was in grams, I then used the twice as much of the developer. So right now I'm just, measuring it all out and making sure I get as close as possible. And I'm going to add it into my literal shaker bottle that I picked up from Sally's. I think it was like $2.99, so really affordable. That was me trying to do the math to make sure I got the ratios right. I'm like, okay, what's 2 times 1? Okay, got it. So I think for me, it was like 54 grams of the toner, and then I just doubled the amount of developer. So I'm just going to give it a really good shake, and I also made sure to use gloves. I just didn't want to stain my hands. And these gloves were also something I picked up from Sally's. So now I'm just going to begin sectioning off my hair. I want to start at the very bottom and work my way up to the top. So I'm just going to section off to make sure I focus on just the bottom part of my hair. I'm just using a basic little hair clip here. So I pulled all my hair to either the left or the right side to make sure I didn't miss any strands in the back. And then I just begin squirting the toner onto my hair and massaging it in with my hands. I try to get as close as I could to the root and really make sure that I massage it in to my hair. Now, I want to note that about 2 months ago, I had my hair baby light, if that's the correct word to use. And so I've already had my hair highlighted, so this isn't a process on how to lighten your hair. I'm basically just trying to get rid of the yellowness, the brassiness, and just give it more of the silver tone that I've been looking for, and that was the toner that I selected. So I'm just going to continue this process throughout my whole head and really massage the product in, going section by section. So I really wanted to make sure that I saturate my hair and use every little bit of the toner because you really want it saturated. I probably could have dipped a little bit into the second bottle of toner. However, I didn't, and I still had excellent results. But yeah, I highly recommend just using the entire bottle and really making sure you get it very saturated and rubbed in and massaged with your hands. So once you get it all massaged through your hair, go ahead and wrap your hair in a little bun, and I just used a clip to clip it in and made sure that it was all rubbed in. Now I'm gonna let it sit on my hair for about 20 minutes. And then when that's done, I'll be rinsing it out thoroughly and then rinsing with shampoo. And then we're gonna go to the next step, which is the shadow root. I will tell you that the shadow root was probably the hardest part of this whole process. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it again just because it is very touchy and when you do a shadow root, you want to make sure you blend it out really well so you don't get a line. And I did notice that there was a couple areas, luckily like underneath my hair, where I could have probably done better. So I'm just brushing my hair out and getting it ready for the shadow root. I'm going to go in with the 6NUA color, and that is going to also be a 2-to-1 ratio. So 2 times the developer for the amount of the shadow root color I'm using. So I didn't really use that much because I knew I wasn't going to be covering my whole head. We're just really covering from the root to where my highlights start, just to try to blend that in. So I'm just going to mix those two together, and then we're going to start applying from the bottom. Now, once you apply the color, you're going to want to use a comb, like a fine-tooth comb, to try to blend the color down through your hair, which you'll see I do later on. So let me get this mixed up and start applying to my hair. Okay, so now that I'm done with my shadow root, I'm just gonna part my hair and I'm gonna use my comb to start blending the shadow root through my hair. And I try to really press the comb close to my scalp. I mean, it's not a normal way to comb your hair, but you'll feel it really hitting your scalp. And that way you're blending that color through your hair so that you don't get a harsh line. Um, where I ended up kind of making the mistake was kind of by my just above my ear. So I can see why I had trouble there because I kept hitting my ear. But just yeah, just use a comb and blend through your shadow roots. And then the next step is going to be the gloss. So once this is all done, I'm going to let it just sit on for about 5 minutes. I don't want it to be too long, just enough for my hair to grasp a little bit of color. And then I'm going to rinse and shampoo. And then next we'll be applying the gloss. Okay, so now that we got the shadow root rinsed out, I'm just going to now apply the gloss. So the gloss I picked up from Sally's Beauty Supply, and this one is by Ion, and it's just a clear shine Demi gloss. And I just put this in my shaker bottle and then begin just drenching my hair in it. And this is applied the same way you do the toner. However, I didn't like part my hair. I just really covered it and really massaged it in. And then I left it on for about 20 minutes before I rinsed it off. The gloss just adds like an extra level of shine and definition to your hair. I really thought it was worth it, so I went ahead and picked it up to use it. Okay, so now that my hair is mostly saturated, I'm going to just wrap this up and let it sit for 20 minutes. Now, the total cost I probably spent on this entire thing was about 40 bucks, which isn't bad considering it's can be upwards of, 150 to $200 to get your hair done. Um, Now, all my hairdresser friends, don't shoot me. I just wanted to try something different, and I'm really glad I did because voila, it turned out awesome. I was so happy with the results. I wanted a very silvery toned blonde, and I feel it came out really well. So I'm going to link everything down below for you guys so you can get the same products. And again, I'm not a licensed cosmetologist. This was just my experience and my results. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.